Yes, there he is. Oh, yeah. Georgia.
I mean, you like that?
Georgia. How are you feeling? What is it like?
I feel great. I mean,
I don't know what it feels like to see my team win a championship.
I haven't been able to wrap my head around it yet. I've seen so many failures in my life sports-wise that I can't believe it. I couldn't believe it when I was watching them get the final out. I got on the subway this morning. I saw a dude in a Mets hat, a guy in a Dodgers hat. I saw a guy in a Giants hoodie, and I'm just, I'm wearing the Braves jersey. It's just like, y'all can't say anything.
Yeah.
We're the champs. Like, we did it. We won the World Series. I can't believe it, man.
To walk into a New York City subway wearing a Braves jersey after they win the World Series, that's got to be a special kind of confidence, right? That you must have been walking around there like you're king shit. Just your head held high, chin up in the air.
That's exactly right. Yeah. You got the Mets and then you got the Yankees who ended a couple of our World Series dreams in the 90s. But that's old news now. It's 2021 and we're the World Series champs. I can't believe it, man.
Now, you weren't old enough. By the way, is there an echo when I speak now, Frank? What is going on? I'm hearing something strange.
No.
Okay, weird. You weren't around in 95, right? Or you were just...
I wasn't old enough to remember.
Yeah, okay. So this is your first championship.
Yes, first championship ever. And I've come very close, obviously, the Super Bowl, the Georgia almost winning the national title. I've had a lot of close calls and a lot of just really disappointing results.
Again, I will say it feels like life has taken a dramatic turn for the better for you since joining the winning team. There's no chance the Braves win if you're still doing game night.
Zero chance.
Let's be
There's
honest.
no way. Working, doing SportsCenter all night on ESPN Radio, I would not have been watching the Braves win the World Series.
And there's no chance you're wearing that jersey because you're not on camera unless Greeny's asking you to do like some sort of read.
And we know that's not.
No, that's not. That was a one-off.
Greeny doesn't do baseball unless it's.
Of course, yeah. I tuned in this morning, and we're talking about like NFL Week 8. When a champion's been crowned, we got to devote the show to it. I don't care what sport.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's NHL, NBA. Like, come on, it's a champion being crowned. By the way, how do we feel about New York Rick taking the day off 2 days after his debut?
I was shocked, honestly. I did not expect that.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to seeing him.
Yeah, it seemed a little premature. He just started. To already take a day off 2 days in seems a little weird.
Yeah, but the kids.
Yeah, the kids. He thought we were Mondays only. Probably, he still hasn't. He still hasn't defended himself. So he's
probably better. He's able to lock in on all the social media stuff.
Sure.
He was locked in.
He was locked in. Yeah.
We would talk to him, and he was in another world.
Well, Frank told him to shut up. Said he was talking too much back there.
That definitely threw him off.
Did he say shut up?
What did you say, Frank? He said something like,
can you quiet down? Like
quiet on the set on the back bench. I was like, Frank, you can just tell us to shut up next time.
Yeah.
It's no big deal.
I love it. Frank, relatively new to the team, but yet lets Eric know, who had been there for 9 years, like, hey man, new era, shut the F up. This is my control room. You can't waltz in here thinking like you're the big dog. It's not gonna happen.
You should have seen him winning on Ian Garry today. It was unbelievable. He was like, this guy, where is he? I'm trying to put the microphone on him. We got to start records.
Oh,
this guy's late. It's unbelievable.
This is amazing. All right. What do you got? Big week?
Yeah, man. UFC 268. Bruce Buffer said it. He said
you love Bruce Buffer. You're a big Bruce Buffer mark, huh?
Bruce Buffer and John Anik. Yeah. That combo to me is just, it's top of the line. It's one of the best in broadcasting. Bruce Buffer just, he takes it to 11, dude. I am a diehard Bruce Buffer guy. Yeah.
And he seamlessly just, plugs all
seamlessly as he looked through his phone for the phone thing for 15 minutes. But
it's there. He's got the drinks there. He's got all the stuff. He's just.
But it works. I'm gonna eventually drink the It's Time Energy drink. I'm gonna drink the bourbon at some point, and maybe a birthday or Christmas present to myself will be the It's Time cologne.
Okay.
You didn't even try for the $1,000, by the way. He challenged you. He said he'd PayPal you $1,000.
Oh.
2 minutes. If you could think of a sentence that you couldn't put It's Time on the front or the back of.
I actually agree with him. I don't even think it's worth challenging, right? I need to go get a sandwich. It's time to make a sandwich. I need to go take a shower. It's literally the perfect thing to set up any endeavor, activity that you are about to partake in.
Yeah.
So he's right.
Yeah.
No, he's right. He's 100%. The thing I love about Bruce, such a nice guy, absolute mensch, but you could tell, you show him that clip, he doesn't really actually like it.
You could see it in his eyes, dude. You could see it in his eyes.
He doesn't like it.
He was not feeling it. lays out all the advice. He called it cute.
Yeah,
Like the guy got a standing ovation. I think he's signed by a game bred
Yes,
UFC.
he is.
Yeah, and he called it cute. He was like, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I want to know who he was alluding to that copies Michael.
I think I know who he's alluding to. I don't want to throw out the name. I don't want to throw some shade, but I feel like there's. I mean, I feel like there's only other. Yeah, I mean, there's only one other person out there that could qualify for that type of setup that he gave us. But we'll leave it at that.
Okay.
What do you got for us? 268.
Right.
What do we have?
We got 6 singles and 3 parlays. We got a couple sprinkles, but a lot of them overlap. So we're not going to take forever with this, but we'll kick it off with the singles. Ode Osborne, CJ Vergara. It's the curtain jerker. I know you love talking curtain jerkers on this show. Man.
Yes.
I'm going to take it. Fight does not go the distance at -170. This line opened up at -135. I missed that. Could not believe that I missed that.
I was going to get a drink for my thing. I said, keep it up, and I got cut.
I was trying to keep going.
I got cut.
All right, so this line, we got it at -170. It opened at -135. I missed that. Kind of bummed that I missed that. But Vergara, you're getting the Fury FC champ. He used to be a backyard fighter, kind of like the Masvidal style. He comes in to finish fights. After his Contender Series win, a 41-second knockout over Bruno Correa, he goes and he says, I come in here to finish people. I am here to look for a KO. I want to come out here, take your liver home, or take your scalp home with me. Yeah, this dude likes violence. He's all about it. I mean, it's true, too. He had a 2-year layoff from 2016 to 2018. Since then, all 6 of his fights have been finished. He's 5-1 in those. So, dude doesn't like to hang around in the octagon. Now, on the flip side, Ode Osborne. Coincidentally, also for him since 2016, 8 fights. Not a single one of them has seen the second round. 8 rounds, all of them have been by first-round finish, whether it's him winning or him losing. Both these dudes are finishers, whether it's KO or submission, looking for finishes, and they've both lost by finish as well. I just do not see this one going 15 minutes.
Wow, okay. So it's inside the distance.
Yes. So its fight doesn't go the distance. Inside the distance would mean I'm taking one of the guys, which actually is a nice transition to the next bet.
Okay.
Because I'm going to take the same fight, just a little sprinkle, because I think we're getting good odds on it. CJ Vergara, I'm going to take him inside the distance to beat Ode Osborne. He's an underdog. I think he's a live dog, and I think this one doesn't go the distance, so I'm going to sprinkle it on him at +260 for everything that I just said. A fight that I think is going to end early. I also think Vergara is getting slept on a little bit with this line. Ode Osborne, he's fought his whole career at featherweight and now bantamweight his entire career, and now he's trying to move to flyweight. He did it for Manel Kopp and got slept in the first round with a vicious flying knee to the head. Now, less than 3 months later, he's getting back in the octagon after his first KO loss of his career. I think both the weight cut and the short turnaround for him off the KO, it could affect him. Also, Osborne's one win in the UFC was against Jerome Rivera, who has just not performed well at all. He's 0-4 since his Contender Series win. Meanwhile, I think Vergara, you heard the quote. I think he's going to come in aggressive. I think he's going to be looking for that finish in a close fight that I don't see going the distance, and I think is close. I'm willing to take a sprinkle. Keyword, a sprinkle on Vergara inside the distance at +260.
Sprinkle's a great word.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just
okay.
Just to make it that much more
interesting. Yep.
All right, so that's the second single. We'll move on to number 3. Ian Garry.
Oh,
we saw him earlier. It was like kind of odd to. I don't think I've ever talked to someone that I've put money down.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, like obviously I'm not going to mention that to him, but like it's just like, wow, man, it'd be really cool.
Yeah,
went out and said what you're going to do because you could win some money. So yeah, I'm going to take him inside the distance over Jordan Williams at -140, 1.4 units to win one. You got the pleasure of talking to him earlier, man.
Impressive guy, right?
Impressive dude. Came in with the management and everything.
Yeah.
We're getting the vlog series ready. I mean, this guy's the real deal. A lot of people seem to not know who he is.
No, trust me, they know him. Especially in Europe, they know him.
Oh, I think in Europe, yeah. Maybe not the more casual fans, but
sure.
A lot of people in the comments didn't seem to know.
Really?
But, I mean, a lot of people. Yeah,
well, I got 2 words and by the way, in the comments, I mean, you're talking about the YouTube comments, the cesspool of humanity.
Yeah, I try not to bring it up too much, but yeah, a lot of who's this bum,
okay, who's this bum? Let me tell you something. In 2 years, they're going to be at a party as he's about to fight for the belt, telling all their friends that they've been watching him.
That's what I'm saying.
Since his Cage Warrior days.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping he gets the belt and I'll be like, oh yeah, shit.
Yeah. Right before his debut.
On the MMA hour.
On the freaking MMA hour.
Hopefully part 1 of 2 when he comes back on Monday after
that would be fun.
Williams.
That would be fun.
I mean, the dude's legit, Cage Warriors champ. We saw he said it kind of idolized McGregor growing up. He's following him right in the footsteps coming from Ireland. He's not the typical undefeated prospect. I know a lot of guys come in undefeated to the UFC, but I mean, if you watch tape on this guy, you can see that. You can see how lethal he is. You can see how dynamic his game is. He's gotten win by knockout, by submission. He's gone 3 rounds. He's gone 5 rounds for the Cage Warriors Championship. Went 6-1 as an amateur before he was even 20. Like, he's been fighting for a few years now. And now he joined Sanford MMA down in Florida. He's around the best of the best. He gets some of the best training in the world. And I think he's going to capitalize on making his debut. Where, as he said, McGregor got crowned the double champ. He gets to make his debut at MSG, the Mecca, the world's famous arena, as everyone likes to say. Whether that's true, I don't know.
F. Trey Young. F. Trey Young. F. Trey. I was there at SmackDown, by the way.
As we took the nice gentleman's sweep 5-1. I'm actually going to the Hawks game tonight, too. I'm going to rep the Braves, Hawks Nets. Man. Yeah, I get to see your boy, Trey Young, your favorite player.
Wow, what a week for you. Jeez.
I mean, it's a hot week. We got TST coming in on Friday, UFC 268. I think I'm going to see the Eternals, too. I might see a midnight showing of the Eternals.
What is that?
It's just a Marvel movie. You don't know about the Eternals?
No. And movie theater, they're open.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Movie theaters have been open.
I haven't been to a movie since, I think, Thanksgiving 2005 or something.
What?
Yeah, I haven't been to a movie in a really long time.
15 years?
It might be 2007, 2008.
You pick a movie, I'll pay.
No, I have no interest. I got kids. You know what? Okay, I take that back. I've taken my kids to a movie.
Okay.
But I haven't been as like my wife and I. You know what I mean?
See how quickly he ducked that invitation to
exactly.
No, I have no
He's
interest.
like, oh, I got real.
No, I got no. You think I want to hang out with anyone?
He'll go to movies. He won't see us.
Do you want to go see Titanic too?
No, that would be a great movie. The resurrection, like it comes out.
I think it'll just be the ocean for 3 hours.
Oh my gosh, that would.
Speaking of Titanic, and speaking of Ian Garry, he dropped the "Paint Me Like
He
One
did.
of the French Girls."
Now,
that was great.
By the way, was he referencing Petrosky there, or was it just a line? I don't know.
I think it was the line because it's a popular saying, and you just didn't realize that.
I was like, Ian Garry, were you talking about Petrosky who fumbled the bag? I'm not sure. So
because I said it, I was like laughing. We were all laughing when he said it, but it seemed like it was going over his manager's head. I don't feel like his manager was like, "Oh yeah, he's referencing."
Yeah, I think he was actually referencing the movie.
Yes.
Because
that would make sense.
Yeah, that would make a lot more sense.
$1 billion generating movie rather than a Twitter exchange.
By the way, Ian Garry, according to our good friends over at DraftKings, I feel like you've been faster in the past. I mean, you got to have your finger on that button. Just saying. Minus 380 right now.
Oh yeah, he's moving, man.
Is he moving up?
Oh, yeah, he's moving. Yeah.
I'm actually surprised it's that low. I took him.
Yeah, I took him at minus 350.
Okay,
I could see it like minus 450, minus 500 by the start of the fight.
All right.
Yeah, we kind of winded around here on this one, but yeah, I mean, I think Garry does it. Really, my only concern with Jordan Williams is the KO power that he has. I mean, 7 of his 9 wins have come by that way. We saw him do it to Gregory Rodriguez, the RoboCop. But I think Garry can avoid it. He's light on his feet. He can move seamlessly. He's never been finished. And I think it's going to be Garry doing the finishing. If you include his amateurs fights, 11 of his 13 wins have come by finish. He's going to take advantage of the height and reach advantage, better movement. Williams does get hit when he's in the octagon. And I think he's going to kick off his UFC career in style.
Stand by. Quick second.
Wow.
No, just stand by. I'm getting a FaceTime call here.
Oh, wow.
As we're doing this.
Yeah. Who's it from?
I mean, no. It froze. Yeah. Oh. I'm actually surprised it's that long. I got my what's going on here? Is this happening? One second. This is interesting.
We're doing it live.
We're doing this live.
Yeah.
One second. It's from Pat McAfee. That's Pat McAfee right there, guys.
That's fantastic. I mean, that's are you sending him the Zoom link?
I am.
All right, that's my last pick. Ian Garry inside the distance. We can pick it up. Or
no, keep going. I gotta get him the link here. Roll through them here real quick. I don't mean to cut you off.
Listen, man, it's Pat McAfee. I can get shoved to the side.
Go ahead.
Pat McAfee. Alex Bahia, the hype train, inside the distance over Andreas Micheletus. It's a tough one right there.
Yeah.
At plus 105. I mean, we all know what I'm about to say. He knocked out Israel Adesanya, as you mentioned. He beat him by decision. He's 2-0. He's also the first double champ in Glory kickboxing history, middleweight and light heavyweight. Clearly an excellent striker and boxer. You said it. He has a deadly left hand. That's how he slept Izzy. He's also just massive for the division, 6'4", 80-inch reach. He'll have 4 inches of height advantage, 5 inches of reach advantage. I think if this thing stays standing, there's no doubt that Micheletus is going to get slept. All 4 of his losses are by knockout or TKO. But this isn't kickboxing. It's MMA. So if it does go to the ground, I am kind of concerned about that. So I don't want to lay the minus 255 with Pereira. But you mentioned it. He's fighting out of Bethel, Connecticut, which is a neighboring city to Danbury, Connecticut, training with Glover Teixeira. So maybe his ground game has improved. Maybe he will be able to withstand these takedowns, get back up to the ground, and keep this one standing. So I'll hop on the hype train at the plus money because I do think if he wins, he's gonna win by knockout.
Okay, hold that thought. Is Pat in there? Is he in the waiting room?
No, he is not.
What the hell? He's not in there? You can see?
Yeah, I got eyes on it right here.
All right, well then keep going.
Man, this is kind of the long-winded one. It's Rose. I'm taking Rose money line. This is kind of when I wanted to have a little bit of back and forth.
You want it? You okay? Skip Rose and go to the next one.
All right, I'm taking Kamaru Usman inside the distance over Colby Covington. I mean, it's gonna be a war. I'm taking it at plus 150. We know it's gonna be a war. There's no doubt. These are the 2 best welterweights going right now. If you look at last time around, everybody's saying it. It was 2-2 going into the 5th. Dana said one of the judges had Colby 3-1, one Usman 3-1, 1-2-2. I mean, it was pretty much an even fight going into the 5th round. But the fight does get finished. You just said it. I think it was a proper stoppage.
For sure. It's
I was saying I'm taking Usman inside the distance. I just think the improvements that he's made, we've seen them in the octagon the last 3 fights since he moved over to Trevor Whitman in Colorado. He's knocking people out. I know people are saying that it was lightweights moving up to welterweights, but he delivered Jorge Masvidal's first knockout in the UFC. So he's got a new layer to this. Really, my only question with the fight is what happens if it goes to the ground. Like I truly have no idea what goes to the ground. They're both quality wrestlers. Who's going to have the advantage there? I really don't know. So yeah, I'll be taking Usman inside the distance. I'll also have him in parlay pieces as a money line play, which I can get into. I got all the respect in the world for Colby bettors. I mean, he could obviously win. It could obviously go to the cards. I mean, he's a fantastic fighter. But if you're not betting this emotionally, you are betting against the pound-for-pound world number 1 right now. 18-fight win streak. Has improved since previously beating this guy. So, I mean, all respect in the world to them. That takes brass balls if you are not emotionally betting that because that will be a badass ticket to cash. So, yeah, that long, winding road with 20 minutes of McAfee in the middle got us to this point. Usman inside the distance at plus 150. All right, the last single play. I jumped over this one because I wanted to discuss it with you because you're the stack guy now. Is Rose Namajunas money line? See, we got the Kamaru Usman up because we got Yoon switched here because of everything that's going on. But we'll take Rose money line over Wiley Zhang at even money. It's at plus 100 right now at DraftKings Sportsbook. I mean, I'll preface it. I'm 0-3. I'm 0-3 betting on Rose fights. I had Zhang last fight. Then I had Rose against Andrade the first time I had her winning that fight, and then I had Joanna Jędrzejczyk the first time they fought. So I'm a jinx. But it's the stat that you gave to me. You gave it to me a few weeks ago that immediate UFC title rematches in which the challenger won the belt, the fighter who took the belt, in this case Rose, has won the rematch 9 out of 10 times, and now the last 9 times. The defeated UFC champion is 1-9 in the rematch. The only one that avenged the loss was Randy Couture back in 2004 against Vitor Belfort. And I did a little digger deeping. I dug just a little bit deeper and looked at the odds because in this one we get the Rose first round knockout and it's still like even odds. I guess Vegas is chalking this up to a fluke. But in 6 of those rematches, 6 times, the defeated UFC champion has either remained the favorite or it's been very close to even odds. Tim Sylvia against Andrei Arlovsky, he's a plus 335 dog. Second time around, after beating Arlovsky, he's a plus 225 dog, beats him again. Frankie Edgar beats BJ Penn as a plus 588 dog. Second time around, beats him again as a plus 240 dog. Weidman against Anderson Silva, plus 195 dog. He's a dog again, albeit the broken leg from Silva there. He's a dog and he gets another win. Rose against Joanna. We've seen Rose do this before. Plus 500 dog. And then it's even odds going into the next fight. Rose wins again, this time by decision. TJ Dillashaw, Cody Garbrandt, plus 180 dog. Dillashaw gets it done. And the next time he's only a minus 130 favorite. Stipe, he beats DC as a plus 120 dog. Next time around, it's even odds again at minus 105. So we've seen Vegas do this before. And now here we are again. Rose beats Zhang as a plus 175 dog, and now we're getting her at even odds at DraftKings Sportsbook currently. So we're in the exact same place. Another interesting note that I found, I just went deep diving on historical analysis since you told me this stat. Rose, which is kind of crazy to me, in only 15 fights, this will be her 4th rematch. And in the prior 3, in the first fight, she is 1-2. Tisha Torres, Joanna Jędrzejczyk, Jessica Andrade. She lost to Torres and Andrade. But in those second fights, she's 3-0. So it's just an interesting note. Is she going to make it 4-0 this weekend? I don't know. Zhang, she changed camps before this one. Now she's training with Henry Cejudo. Is that going to be a huge benefit? A lot of people think it's going to be, but I guess there's really no way to tell until she gets out there. It could be. I mean, working with, Olympian champion, everything. And Rose has kind of kept it the same. She's still with Trevor Whitman. She's surrounded by the best of the best. Usman, Gaethje. She has a great camp around her, so you should expect the same quality from her. So, I mean, with everything that I just laid out, I know it's not actual fight analysis. It's more from a historical perspective. The KO could have just been a fluke. Zhang could come out and win this one. It wouldn't shock me. But all that I just said, it's probably going to be a pro-Rose crowd. We know that the crowd going against her has affected Zhang in the past. She admitted to that. I don't know what her mentality is going to be after getting a 20-fight win streak snapped. So just everything that I just said, at essentially even odds, I'm willing to take this as a single play.
Fascinating insight. I love the deep dive into the rematch stuff because I'm really interested in that. This really has nothing to do with your analysis, but a nice little footnote to it. No, I think you'll find this interesting. Very interesting. Just came through here. According to sources, while you were doing this, I'm working the phone. I'm always working the phone.
Dude, I know. I
got sources. I'm not just texting,
You're getting the mental break. Yeah. You're getting the check-in on everything.
No, but things are happening as we speak.
Oh, of course. I'm sure.
Via sources now confirmed that this is fascinating. The pay-per-view main card opener, I'm being told right now, the pay-per-view main card opener on Saturday night is going to be Justin Gaethje versus Michael Chandler. The pay-per-view main card opener on Saturday night has been changed to Justin Gaethje versus Michael Chandler. Then it's going to move to Shane Burgos versus Billy Quarantillo. Then it's going to be Frankie Edgar versus Marlon Vera. Then it's going to be Rose Namajunas versus Zhang Weili. And then it's going to be Kamaru Usman versus Colby Covington, part 2.
So what's the reason for the change?
Well, this part, not 100%, but what I was told was, and again, I'm doing this on the fly here, okay, guys? Don't be holding me up to 10-time Journalist of the Year standards, but...
I thought it was 11. You kind of
10, we're going for 11. What I've been told was, you mentioned it, who's the head coach of Justin Gaethje, Rose Namajunas, Kamaru Usman? Back to back to back.
Yep.
Start off with it doesn't really matter, right? 15-minute fight as opposed to 25. Start off with Gaethje. Now you have time to go to the back and help Rose, and then, of course, help Kamaru prepare. It actually makes all the sense in the world, and it's a pretty damn cool thing. And by the way, for us fans, pretty damn amazing way to start the pay-per-view. 10 o'clock, we go live on PPV, and we're getting Justin Gaethje versus Michael Chandler.
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. I got more on that fight in a little bit. I mean, I think that's going to be a sick fight.
Only on this program do you get invasions, do you get breaking news, do you get people pouring out their soul, do you get freaking Bruce Buffer shilling all his gear. I mean, only on this show do you get the in-studio future champions. Come on, man. Come on. Nowhere else. Anyway.
Premier. I mean, is Buffer going to send you all that stuff? I want a piece of the pie if he does.
It would be nice. I actually have the puncher's chance. I'll bring it in for you guys. Obviously, none of you will try it or appreciate it because you have already shunned my gifts in the past.
We got a lot of age on the shelf a little bit.
No, it's been there. It's been there for several months. But we could do a little l'chaim, if you guys know what that is. We could do a little l'chaim.
Yeah.
In any event, please continue.
All right, the breaking news there. Okay, so let's wrap up the singles. Let's hit the singles recap here. Let's take a look at the 6 we've got. Vergara, Osborne doesn't go the distance. Vergara inside the distance, just a little sprinkle there. Garry inside the distance. Alex Pereira inside the distance. Rose Namajunas money line. Kamaru Usman inside the distance. I got a lot of knockouts here. That might be the enemy there with all the knockouts. But those are the 6. I know it. a long, winding road to get there, but we got through it. We got through the singles. Now I got 3 parlays for you.
Okay.
But I can run through these pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean,
there's
we're
a
going
lot
to be
of-
here all day
yeah.
at this point. And this is on me. I mean, I wasn't expecting
Well,
invasion.
you still got 88 questions.
I know,
man. So you've answered Pat McAfee's question about the paninis, and now you got 88 to answer.
Yes.
All right, so the parlays, let's kick it off. 3 legs. Parlay number 1. First one, Ian Garry over Jordan Williams at minus 350. All the reasons that I just mentioned earlier. This one is just the money line instead of inside the distance. Ally Quinta and Bobby Green. I'm going to take that one. Fight does go the distance at minus 240. Did it last weekend with Sandhagen and Jan. We found some success with that. It's 2 guys that have been around the UFC for a while, long time now. They typically grind out decisions. Tough guys, pretty durable chins. Bobby Green's only been finished 4 times in 40-fight pro career. Iaquinta 3 times in a 21 career, and he's never been knocked out. They were all by sub. And neither one of these dudes really has like otherworldly knockout power. Bobby Green, he hasn't knocked anyone out since 2013. Raging Al hasn't knocked anyone out since 2017. Both getting a little bit older, 34, 35 respectively. And if you just look at their form lately, Bobby Green, 10 straight fights have gone to decision, 13 of his last 14. Only 1 has ended early, and that was when he got K'd by Dustin Poirier. Can't really blame him there. Happens to a lot of people. Al, 5 of his last 6 have gone to 15 minutes. It should be an entertaining fight. I think they're going to throw a lot of volume. Green might shoot a few takedowns, but I do think both of them stay awake for the 15 minutes.
All right.
Then to finish us off here for parlay number 1, it's Kamaru Usman money line over Colby Covington at minus 300. Same thing as Garry. All the reasons that I mentioned earlier in that sort of broken up breakdown. But this time it's just a win. So that one will pay out at plus 142 for us. And that is parlay number 1.
Okay.
Parlay number 2. 2 legs. We'll kick it off with Osborne and Vergara. Fight does not go the distance. I told you how aggressive and violent I think this one's going to be. I just don't see it going 15 minutes. So we'll add that one as parlay number 2 at minus 170. Second leg of this one, it's just an all-violence parlay, I suppose. Gaethje-Chandler fight does not go the distance at minus 260. This should be another violent affair here. I mean, it's 2 guys with big-time knockout power. 20 of Gaethje's last 21 fights have not gone the distance. He's got 18 wins by KO, 2 more by submission. He comes in to hurt people. He's good at it, and that's what he fully intends on doing in this one. On the flip side, Michael Chandler, 6 of his last 7 fights have not gone to the scorecards. All but one of them ended in the first round of those ones that didn't go to the scorecards, and it was 19 seconds in to the second round against Charles Oliveira, excuse me.
I like the Italian version of Dubronx. Oliveira.
Dubronx.
That's an easier way of saying it.
Yes, that's a much easier way.
You know where they're not celebrating World Series titles today? In Dubronx.
That's a fact.
That's right.
That's a fact.
Come on.
Surrounded by Yankees fans.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, these guys just throw haymakers. They get finishes. They also get finished. Chandler's last 4 losses have all come by knockout or TKO. All 3 of Gaethje's losses have come by finish. I just think this is going to be an insane fight. High pace, high volume, high violence. I just don't think it goes all 15 minutes.
All right.
I think it's going to be a little firecracker. Now, to start the main card, breaking news according to our very own Helwani.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do like a little stack here. I'm going to parlay those first 2, and it's going to pay plus 434.
Okay.
Then I'm going to take a third one individually. Also 2 legs here to finish us off. It pays at minus 120. I'm going to kick it off with Melsik, Bogdasarian over Brona Souza at minus 275. Souza, he's jumping in on short notice to make his UFC debut. He's an LFA a featherweight champion, but I really think he's just getting a tough debut handed to him right here. Melsik, he's just such a sound technical striker, man. He really impressed me against Colin Anglin. He lands almost 7 significant strikes a minute, mixes in the kicks really well. A beautiful head kick to knock out Anglin in that one. And for Souza, the fight's going to stay on the feet. I watched his entire LFA championship against Javier Garcia. Never went for a takedown. When it did go to the ground, Garcia was just dominating him. He's a striker who's going to stay standing in this one. And in a striking affair, I just have a hard time seeing him being able to get past Melsik and this huge leap in competition on such short notice. So I'm going to back Melsik in this one at minus 275.
All right.
To finish this off, a little rapid fire. Second leg of the third parlay, I'm going to take Justin Jacoby over John Allen at minus 290. This is kind of the flip side of this one. Dustin Jacoby's coming in on short notice. It's actually, in my opinion, unfortunate for Allen. He goes from a matchup where he was probably going to be the pretty big favorite to now he's a slight, pretty large underdog. And he gets a really solid fighter in Dustin Jacoby. Dude's just game. Like, he loves the fight. I was looking through his records. He went to Sparta 74 in 2019. Fights a kickboxing match, a boxing match, and an MMA fight all in the same night, and he wins all 3 of them. Like, the guy just loves to fight. He trains out of Factory X in Colorado. He's with top tier light heavyweights, like Anthony Smith. So he's getting that repetition. I think you don't got to get ready if you stay ready. He's had a long winding path to get here. He actually debuted in the UFC in 2011. Took 2 quick losses, then he goes to Bellator, then he goes to Glory Kickboxing, finally finds some success in Glory Kickboxing, makes his way all the way back to the UFC, and now he kind of has come into his own. He was young when he was making that path back in 2011, in his young to mid-20s. Now he's only 33. He's 3-0-1 in the UFC since getting a win on the Contender Series, so I just really think he's been impressive. He's going to have the advantage on the feet. John Allen, he's been outstruck in every single one of his UFC fights, still looking for his first win in the UFC. Jacoby also has that knockout power. We saw what he did to Darren Stewart in his last fight. He's going to have a slight height and reach advantage as well. I think he's going to use that kickboxing. And on top of all of this, even if John Allen does kind of starch him a little bit, he's got a great chin. We've seen him take big shots and come back from him. So I just think it's unfortunate Allen goes from Alexa Kamor to Dustin Jacoby. I think it's a big jump in talent, and I think Dustin Jacoby is going to be able to take advantage of it. That finishes the 3rd parlay. It's going to pay out at -120. That one we'll add on to the other 2 as well. We'll take it separately, add on to the other 2, and make the air fryer parlay at +879.
Dang. All right. Well,
And there it is.
a big card deserves a lot of big bets.
Great card. Yeah. You got to go deep on these pay-per-views. And that's what we did with this one. So hopefully we can find some winning tickets.
All right. On Monday, we shall check in with Mr. GC, who is still. Yes?
I wasn't going to say.
Oh, I thought you were going to say.
I was just
something.
wrapping it up. I was going to say, yeah.
Are we getting Bellator Burks picks too, or what?
Yes. We will have Bellator Burks picks. That's a Friday, too.
That's a Friday, so that'll
Friday
be on the Twitter.
That'll be on
feed.
Twitter. Yep, yeah. Twitter, Instagram. I'll post them both there.
All right. We look forward to that. Thank you very much, GC. Great stuff as always.